Untitled, your Longmont Realtor, and today I am with Tanya and Dave Gerke, the co-owners of Imperial Rug Cleaning. So I'm excited to be here today. You can see all the different stuff that they're doing to clean people's rugs. And I just want you to tell us about your business, what made you start it, and maybe something that surprises people about what you do.
Well, we've had this business about a little over 10 years now. Before that, I had a carpet cleaning business here in town, so I've been a businessman here in town for about 45 years. But I wanted to do something different, so add to my carpet cleaning business, and so I looked into different things, and I got into rugs and just really enjoyed it, loved it, and so we were kind of looking into what we wanted to do about that. So as I got some training across the country and just a full-on training for about a year, and started to clean rugs. And what surprised me about rugs as I went from carpet cleaning to rug cleaning was I was shocked at how much people love their rugs. People are very connected to their rugs. Oftentimes these rugs have been in their families for 3 generations.
Oh, wow.
The grandmother had them, the mother had them, and now these grandkids are bringing them to us. Grandkids that are 50 years old have brought these rugs to us, and they've been in their family for maybe 75, 80 years.
Wow.
And so it means a lot to them. So you don't want to mess up their rugs.
Sure.
And this is something, we often do repairs that just continue the rug then in the next generation, so they're in great shape.
That's awesome. That makes a lot of sense too. If they've been generation to generation, there's a lot of emotional value there, and like remembering when you were a little kid at grandma's house. And so.
Yeah, we get stories in here all the time. Like, oh, I played cars on this rug when I was little. And,
that's awesome.
And then they want to give it to their children and pass it down. So.
Yeah. See, you say that. I remember a rug at a friend of mine's house growing up, and the pattern of it was such that me and my friend Josh, we visualized a little town out. We drove. That's what we did for hours, and then play over his house.
Yeah.
So you had a carpet business. You've been doing it for 45 years. The rug business for about 10. And tell me, like, when you came on as co-owner.
About 6 years ago. In May, it'll be 6 years.
Wow.
I started as part-time and quickly got to full-time, and then last year got co-owner.
That's awesome. So what do you like about this business? What do you like about the rugs?
I love the history of the customers coming in and telling me about their rugs. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I think we get close with our customers. It's like a little family here.
Especially when they're sharing those stories and stuff, because then you get to know something about them and their background that they're not telling anybody else.
Right.
So that's kind of neat too.
Another side of the stories that are kind of fun is where they got the rugs. So like a guy was just in here this week, he went to Egypt back in the 70s, and he put these rugs on his shoulder, rolled them up, carried them through the airport, had them on the seat with him in the airport, talking like an 8x5 rug on the seat in the airplane. We probably wouldn't do that anymore.
I would say, yeah, they probably wouldn't let you do that.
And that's all his memories. And so when he brought these rugs in that were in pretty bad shape and needed cleaning and repairs, he was so excited to get them back again. They meant a lot to him, and that's very typical of what we find is people bring in rugs that they've gotten from overseas, and those trips mean a lot to them and the memories of them. So that's a fun part of it too.
And you just made me think. People have these rugs for 50 years, 80 years, and they're probably doing a lot of things that they think are cleaning them or taking care of them, but they're probably destroying them, taking them out and beating them and that sort of thing, or they're not cleaning them at all.
Right.
And what's the most dirt you've ever pulled out of a rug?
Well, I'll show you right here, Regan. This is something that we basically took all this dirt out of 6 pounds of dirt out of one rug, and that's not that untypical. We get this. This was ground into the rug. If you were here, you could see that a little bit of color in that dirt, and unfortunately, that's some of the fibers that have ground out, and so you can't see this dirt in a rug. But we oftentimes take sometimes even 3, 4, 5 hours of processing to get this dirt out.
Wow.
And so when we clean a rug, it's hours. This is not a steam cleaning where you do something in 15 minutes, the rug is clean.
Sure.
This is an hours and hours and hours of process, and we do 8 different steps all the way through, from inspection all the way through to drying. And so it's an involved process that's worthy of a rug that's been, rugs like this, an 8x10 for instance, take over a year for them to make. So
Wow.
it takes literally a hand doing it for over a year for them to make a rug.
And that's what shocked me so much when I first started here. I had no clue. I was like,
That's
really?
rugs.
Yeah, it's rugs. But yeah, it's really cool to think that how long people have taken to make them.
Yeah, well, that's really neat. Like you're saying, I had no idea either the amount of time it takes to make them, and people, they're not seeing the dirt, they're walking on them, they're grinding, they're damaging it, and people might think too, oh, it's just, I'll get my rug doctor at King's and I'll run that over and now it's clean, and they're probably just doing more damage because they're getting it with water, the wrong cleaning approach. And so definitely you've got, your grandma or your grandpa's rug or something that you've had in the family for a while. Don't just take it out and beat it on your fence. Don't rug doctor it.
And be very careful with a vacuum cleaner on it, especially if there's fringe.
There you go. You probably see a lot of that, repairing that.
A lot of damaged fringe, people playing, I call it playing chicken with your fringe. You try to get as close as you can and then it eats it up into
Sure.
the vacuum. And
Then it tears it off.
we have a lot of torn fringe that we repair and secure the rug again, because the rug will literally keep peeling back row by row, and people lose part of their rug. So we do a lot
Yeah.
of securing on rugs that keep them from continuing to lose part of their rugs. So.
See, that's good. And like what you said too, trying to get close and just roll your rug up and vacuum. Just move it out of the way and be safe. And if you have snagged it, bring it in before the problem gets worse, because Tanya and Dave, they know what they're doing. They'll make sure you get it clean. They'll make sure if it's damaged that it stops the damage and not getting worse. Then you'll be able to pass it down to your kids and their kids and keep it in the family for a long time. So what else do you think people maybe don't know or understand, or something that would surprise them about rugs and what you do?
I think mainly is people don't know the difference between a rug and a carpet. Because they call rugs carpets a lot, or they're carpet rugs.
That's true.
So that's kind of the first step of understanding what you have.
Yeah.
So there are machine-made rugs that people buy from Home Depot. And we do clean those, but honestly, it's just about as expensive to clean them as you did to buy them. But, so it's not, it depends on how much you like that rug.
Sure.
If you really love your design and color, people still bring them to us and say, do it anyway.
Yeah.
And then there's rugs that are still held together by glue, much like a carpet in a house. It's called a tufted rug. And then there's the handmade. If you turn your rug over and you see the design on the back, it's either a very quality machine made, or you probably have a handmade rug. And those are what we're really designed to clean here. Many people pay thousands of dollars for them, and
Sure.
but they last, like I've said already, 75, 100 years is not unusual for these rugs to last. So people pay for rugs at Home Depot. They might pay a couple $1,000s for a rug, and they last 5, 10 years. You buy a handmade rug and it'll be in your house for the rest of your life and your
For
kids'
generations.
life.
For generations to come. So definitely, know the kind of rug that you have, know the difference between a rug and a carpet, and then be careful with it. Don't vacuum it up, don't get water on it, and make sure, it can last through the generations, and bring it down to Imperial. So thanks for watching, and thanks for taking time to tell us.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.